Hello again, everybody. Zack Attack is here with the Atakline for Thursday, August 16th, 2012. Now, this day means two things for different sets of people. One thing, today, for some people, including my grandmother, today is the 35th death anniversary of Elvis Presley, of course, the king of rock and roll. Died on this day in 1977. They've already had Elvis Week. Of course, a lot of people, as I speak, are probably at Graceland right now in Memphis, including a big appearance from Lisa Marie and Priscilla Presley, making an appearance in the early morning this morning, making their first appearance together at the candlelight vigil they have every year. So there you go with that. And also for me and several people like myself, today it's not just Elvis' death day, but for me, like I said, it's Madonna's 54th birthday. Yes, happy birthday to the queen of pop, Madonna. Michael's the king of pop, Madonna's the queen. Well, she's had a weird but successful year this year. The last 364 days, she's made a movie, W.E., won a Golden Globe for it, despite Elton John's complaints. Headlined the Super Bowl halftime show and had a #1 album despite it being a little bit of a downer, of course, MDNA. And the tour is doing well despite controversy. Last night, it was controversy-free during Madonna's birthday eve show at Oslo, Norway. She did get greeted with a happy birthday song from the crowd. So happy birthday, Madonna. And of course, it's not a happy death anniversary, but at least 35th death anniversary of Elvis Presley. Now, those two were down in the Billboard charts for years. Now it's time for new Billboard #1s, including, yes, a new #1 single. Starting with your new #1 album, kicking off Rick Ross, now 43. Yes, I said that right, now 43. Be the first now and I don't know when becoming #1 fan. Now's been around since I was like 10. Secondly, fucking make those things now. And people buy them in this day and age. Now, as I mentioned on Monday's Atakline, we have a new #1 Billboard single on the country charts. As I mentioned on that, it's Angel Eyes by Love and Theft, mentioned on Monday. And yes, after 9 weeks, we have a new #1 single, ending the 9-week reign of Call Me Maybe. It's Whistle by Florida, making it its third #1 single, and its first in 3 years following White Round. And his first song not to rip anybody off. He doesn't sample any songs like on White Round and on Sugar. He rips off some people, but he didn't rip anybody off in this song. This Whistle song, which Good Feeling and The Wild Ones was #1, but still, Whistle #1, first #1 for Florida in 3 years. Congratulations to him and your #1s for this week. Now, a woman who's going to make an impact on next week's Hot 100 will be Taylor Swift, who could have a huge chart week with the debut of a brand new single, We Are Never Ever Getting Back Together. She, of course, announced the single when she announced her new album this past Monday at a webcast on Yahoo or on YouTube. The album, to be called Red, will be released on October 22nd. During the webcast, Taylor revealed slight little details about it. 16 songs, not including bonus tracks, will feature a lot of collaborations, including Max Morton, famous producer for NSYNC and Britney Spears, among others, and a duet with Ed Sheeran, who was, of course, at the Olympics this past Sunday. Now, Taylor also said she's planning a tour. No details yet. She's going to do some big promotion during the week of the album. But, of course, as I mentioned, she's got the debut single, We Are Never Ever Getting Back Together, which could indeed have a big sales week. It could be the biggest debut at the Hot 100 for female artists, downloads-wise, since Lady Gaga's Born This Way. So it could be a big week for Taylor next week with the debut of We Are Never Ever Getting Back Together. The forecast grows according to Billboard. Predictions are saying about Taylor that she could sell more than 500,000 copies. So saying more than that. If it surpasses 400,000 downloads, it will on the largest debut for a digital song since Lady Gaga, like I mentioned. So there you go. Taylor Swift making a big impact. Until then, congrats to your new number ones. And of course, good luck to Taylor next week. Now, this past Tuesday, speaking of webcasts, Nicki Minaj had her own little webcast this past Tuesday night, as she did a free concert in New York's Roseland Ballroom, as sponsored by Pepsi, and to make up for infamous cancellation at the Hot 97 Summer Jam. Well, she did more than just made up for it. Nicki Minaj performed about 2 hours of hits, all big songs, mostly the Pink Friday tour set being one of the last major U.S. shows on the Pink Friday tour, but she brought out major guests, including Cameron, Foxy Brown for a few songs, and fellow Young Money people Drizzy Drake and Lil Wayne, who is of course delaying the release of his dedication mixtape because of 2 Chainz, who's set to make a debut at number 1 next week to kick off Now 43. So anyway, I watched the webcast on Tuesday, and it was a good webcast from Nicki Minaj. No matter what people say, she is a killer rapper, but like I said, she's alienating herself by doing a lot of pop things, especially her new pop single, Drop the Alarm, which just came out, and I like that song. You know, I like the pop Nicki Minaj stuff, but the gangsta's not that bad. The rap Nicki Minaj songs ain't that bad either. You saw from this past Tuesday night. So there you go, Nicki Minaj webcast, Taylor Swift webcast with her new single. Yeah, I kind of like the new single. I heard the pop and country version of Taylor's song. Forgot to mention that, so there you go. Now, on news on sports, starting with UFC. Now, UFC on Fox happened a week ago, or 2 weeks ago. And Benson Henderson just defended his lightweight championship in a controversial fashion against Frankie Edgar. Well, they announced the UFC on Fox card for December and announced Benson's new opponent. It'll be Benson Henderson defending on Fox, making it the first title fight since the infamous one-card heavyweight title fight between Cain Velasquez and Julio Dos Santos, hoping this one don't last 16 seconds or less. As Benson will defend on Fox against Nate Diaz. Also on the Fox card, already stacked for the first 3 fights of the card, there will be Shogun Rua, fresh off his victory at UFC on Fox 2 weeks ago. He'll be taking on Alexander Gusev's son. And also, the fight that was supposed to take place on September 22nd, but got canceled due to an injury. It'll be on UFC on Fox in December, as Roy McDonald will be taking on the returning out of retirement, BJ Penn. More matches to be announced, but from the first 3 fights should be a decent card on December 8th on Fox. No venue is announced yet. Detroit? No, I'm kidding. So there you go with that. Now, WWE is, of course, before we get to TNA, get some WWE news. Sad news for people like me who are old, diehard fans of WWE. We know WWE was known for the Attitude Era. Of course, now they're in the PG era. With Vince McMahon's win at the primaries and his announcement, there's, of course, clear certification that the PG era is here to stay. Because you know what, TV PG, when WWE decided to do, yes, a Scooby Doo movie. Announced yesterday, WWE will be involved in a brand new Scooby Doo movie, which will be, I bet you, be timely released by WrestleMania, because it involves WrestleMania. According to the press release on WWE.com, several WWE superstars will be involved in this production. The plot of the movie starts when Shaggy and Scooby won tickets to WrestleMania. The entire gang will travel in the Mystery Machine to WWE City to attend the epic event. However, a mysterious ghostly bear appears and bends towards the show, with WWE superstars to be helping solve the case. The WWE superstars that will be voicing on this cartoon as themselves will be Vince McMahon, Triple H, John Cena, makes sense, don't it? The TV PG King, Kane, The Miz, Otis Clay, Santino Marella, no Zack Ryder, are you serious, bro? Sin Cara, and AJ will be making appearances in the film. There will be a made-to-video film, but we don't know the release. Like I said, I'm guessing WrestleMania, because it's about WrestleMania, so I'm guessing it'll be out at least by WrestleMania time. So, but it's kind of weird. You know, they're doing this PvPG thing. And now you know they're doing shit for kids. You know, they got the brand new Saturday morning show premiering next week. I think it's like next week or something. They got this new Saturday morning show on the Hub or whatever the hell they're doing it. 10 o'clock Saturday morning. And now they're doing this movie with Scooby Doo involved. We got a lot of people trending for all the wrong reasons yesterday. So there you go. WWE and Scooby Doo. Wow. Had to do that. Alright. Now time for TNA Impact Wrestling preview for tonight. The aftermath of Hardcore Justice. Now, I didn't get a lot of questions to be answered, so I got top 5 questions that must be answered. Turn into top 3 questions that must be answered tonight. Starting with question number 3. Will anything be announced for the next pay-per-view, No Surrender? Probably not, because they're coming out with this, so we may not get announcements for Destination X until probably next week. Of course, Bobby Roode not going to get a rematch anytime soon because he lost against Austin Aries. Of course, Roode would be very upset about that. Of course, your new TNA Knockouts champion, Madison Rayne, will be there. So we'll see what happens with that. And more. Question number 2. What will Aces and Eights do? Now, Aces and Eights didn't attack last week on Impact, but they did attack on the pay-per-view Hardcore Justice. So we'll see what they do tonight. Who they're going to attack? I think they were talking to Bully Ray. We'll see what happens. And if James Storm will finally come out as the guy or not. See what goes down with Aces and Eights and what they will do tonight to attack Impact, whatever. Question number 1. What will go down tonight in the Bound for Glory series? Now, big changes in the leaderboard following this past Sunday's pay-per-view with a lot of big points handed out at the pay-per-view, thanks to the 20-point matches that were made. RVD got some, I think RVD won some points. A lot of people got big points in the series. So, tonight, however, we got big points to be handed out this evening in Bound for Glory series matches, as it will be. I'm trying to find the points. I can't find it on here, but until I find that out. The Bound for Glory series matches for tonight will be Samoa Joe and Magnus facing off each other. And also Bully Ray against Jeff Hardy. And the feud continues. AJ Styles versus Daniels. Hopefully that bitch, Claire Lynch, will not get involved. Of course, now we know she's played by an actress. Thank God she's not real. Anyway, I just don't like the character. I don't like the person who plays her. I don't care. I just hate the character. And the character needs to go the fuck away. Sorry. The sooner the better. So if you're told these Bound for Glory series matches this evening, following this past Sunday, PPV, a lot of points were handed out. So we'll see what happens again tonight on Impact at 8/7 Central, only on Spike TV. That is it for today's Atakline. See you later tonight for my TNA review. Stand by, minutes act by the news from Zach. Thank you very much. See you later. Yeah.